Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, it's 4:14 in the morning, and I've just read 3 chapters of my book. That's what I do pretty much every morning. I'm sure that you do a similar thing. Wait, sorry, what was that? Lunch is ready. All right, I'm shooting a video. I'll be right up. Did I say 4:14? I meant 12:20. But that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about my morning routine and how it's honestly doing the same thing pretty much every morning. We're going to talk about how that has been one of the best things that I've done for my productivity. So if you want to know what I do pretty much every morning, stay tuned. Roll the intro. What's up, Rebels? I'm Sean Ogle, the founder of Location Rebel, and like I said, today we are talking about my morning routine. This is something that I've talked a lot about in the past, but honestly, up until the last month or so, I really haven't had a solid routine that I did every single day. I'd have bits and pieces of things that I would do. I would grab a little of this, I'd do a little of this, I'd do this for a couple days a week, but for basically the last month, almost every single day, I've done the exact same thing. And it's left me feeling super accomplished in the morning. It's left me feeling good. It's left me feeling productive. And I know the whole morning routine thing, it's a little cliche. A lot of people talk about it, but honestly, getting this down has been one of the best things that I've done for my productivity, especially as we're in the middle of quarantine madness, where you need some positive things early in the day to put you off down the right path so that you don't just while the day away playing video games or napping or watching Netflix. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you my morning routine, and maybe you'll get something beneficial out of it. Maybe you've got a couple things you can apply to your own life. So the first thing I do every single morning, I drink a big glass of water. I am habitually dehydrated. Like, I just usually don't drink enough water. But when I do it first thing in the morning, not only does it make you feel good, it helps kickstart your metabolism, but it makes me want to continue doing it throughout the day. So by making that the very first thing I do, it's a small win because I tend to drink things other than water. So once I've had that first glass, it's like, okay, cool, done something positive for myself, and I've only been awake for like 2 minutes. So that's a good thing. Second thing, I make a cup of coffee. I know those kind of counteract each other, but coffee for me, that's one of the keys to actually getting stuff done. Once I'm drinking coffee in the morning, usually that is an indicator that I'm going to be doing something productive for myself, whether that's my morning routine or getting down to work. Honestly, it could be decaf as well. Like, it really isn't about the caffeine for me. Caffeine doesn't have a huge effect on me. It's just the process, the smell, the routine of coffee is something that, tells my brain, hey, we're going to do something productive now. Once I do that, I sit down for usually 20 to 30 minutes and I read a book. In the morning, it's generally nonfiction. It's something self-help, business-related, a biography. I just finished David Goggins' biography, Can't Hurt Me, which was fantastic. I'm currently reading Limitless by KWIK, which has been fantastic so far. So reading for me, the more I read, the more ideas I have. The more I start thinking about, okay, how can I apply what I'm learning to my current life, to my current business? Even though you might say, oh, this is stuff I already know, I'm not going to learn anything new. The reality is, it's not just the content that's in the pages that is what's beneficial. Yes, I almost always do end up learning something new, but it's the thoughts that it then gives me. It's how I relate it to my own life and how that gets me thinking. That's the stuff that's most beneficial. So as I've been doing this month, I've read 3 books already, and I'm on my 4th right now, and I've had more ideas and more motivation to go apply those ideas than I have when I'm not reading. So I have my glass of water, I have my cup of coffee, and I read a book for 30 minutes. Like, that right there, if I did nothing else, that is a productive morning. Because usually if you say, I'm going to put the reading off until later, things are going to get in the way. So by doing it first thing in the morning, I'm starting out, getting my brain thinking, relax, ease into the morning, and it feels great. And so that's what I've been doing, and I love it. 4th thing, next thing I do is I do a 5-minute meditation. I'm not a huge meditation person. It's never been the thing that I was good at, or sit there for, 30, 60 minutes meditating, but I found that 5 minutes of just being mindful, of just slowing down. I usually do a guided meditation. I use the Peloton app, so I use a lot of those. I've also used Calm or Headspace, or there's a ton of them out there. But basically just taking 5 minutes to stop, de-stress your body, think about, well, nothing, but try and focus positive energy on your body and the day that's about to come. Just taking that break has been really beneficial, just to say, okay, I'm getting my body, my mind in a place to do something good, in a place to be productive. And we're always so busy. We're always doing stuff. We rarely take the time to just sit and be. And so for me, that has been the most beneficial, part of meditation, is sitting, being, and trying my best, which is not always the case. I'm not always successful at it, to clear my mind and literally just not think about anything. And the more you do it, the better I've been getting at it. It's been nice. I've been finding myself being a little bit more refreshed afterwards. My thinking becomes a little bit more clear. But still, I've been starting small. Like I said, I've been doing this routine for about a month. And the 5-minute meditation, I don't necessarily usually do more than that. Sometimes I'll do 10 minutes, but I'm trying to build a series of small wins so that meditation becomes easier and I get better at it. If I jump straight into a 20-minute meditation and my mind's wandering the whole time, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's hard. I'm not very good at this, and then I'm not going to do it. But by basically saying, you know what, I'm just going to do 5 minutes every day, eventually then the 10 minutes becomes easier, and then 15, and then 20. It all comes back to the milestone mindset. Video we shot a couple weeks back, we got a link to it right. Nope, I think it's here. So go make sure you check that out if you get a chance. Set smaller goals so that you're actually able to attain them, as opposed to setting these big lofty goals that you never reach. So that's the next thing in my morning routine, is do a short meditation. After that, I do a quick journaling session. So I'm not a huge journaler. Again, this routine for me is all about efficiency and getting a series of small wins, as opposed to going super deep into different things each morning. So I use what's called a self-journal, which is basically just a journal that gives you prompts every morning and prompts every evening to allow you to kind of track some of the key things that you're working on. It allows you to say, okay, what are your goals for the day? What are your 3 goals for the day? What are 3 things you're grateful for today? And then in the evening, it has you reflect. What did you do well today? Things like that. So I literally take 5 minutes or less to go through this, but just sitting down, clarifying my 3 goals, clarifying a couple things that I'm grateful for, and focusing on the positive aspect of that has been super beneficial. It's like, you know what, even if the day goes to hell, I've still got these things that I'm grateful for. And after I've done this, I've now drank a glass of water, I've read a book, so I've learned, I've meditated, I've reflected on myself, and I've thought about some of the best things in my life and the things that I'm really happy that I have in my life. And by doing that, already you're feeling good. Like, I feel better for having done that much. But the last thing in my morning routine is I clean the kitchen. Historically, I'm not the tidiest of people. And with quarantine life, I've been making dinner at home a lot. And usually after I make dinner, I'm too lazy to clean the kitchen. I don't want to do it, so I leave it there. But I also, especially being at home a lot, and the older I've gotten, the more I've grown to detest clutter. I have a really tough time with clutter. So when you go 4 days without cleaning the kitchen and dishes pile up, that's very cluttered. That messes with my mind. So before I do anything else, before I sit down to work, I take 5-10 minutes, I clean the kitchen. And so now I've cleaned, I've decluttered, I've done something for my mind, I've learned, I've done something for my body with the water. And putting all those things together, even if I do nothing else productive the rest of the day, I feel good about those things that I did. And the whole thing takes me maybe 45 minutes, kind of depending on how much I read. And in doing that, what I've found is that when I sit down to work, my thoughts are more clear, I'm more excited to work, I'm more motivated to work, and my output is a lot better and more efficient. As opposed to the days where I used to roll out of bed and then surf the internet for a while and watch YouTube videos or play video games for a little bit. This is the most productive morning routine I've ever had. It's also the most consistent one I've ever had. Usually, this month I haven't been exercising first thing in the morning. Usually I'll work for 3-4 hours and then exercise late morning, or if it's a busy day, I'll do it later in the afternoon. But I try and do it around lunchtime because I know if I put it off too long, I'm not going to do it. And I've got a 92-day move streak on my Apple Watch. So got to get those steps in, got to burn those calories. And all of those things combined has left me feeling, basically in kind of the best shape I've been in, both mentally and physically. I know I had a post a couple weeks back where I was talking about the struggles of quarantine life. No matter what, you're going to have your up days and your down days, especially in this weird world we're living in right now. So your morning routine, it's not going to solve all that. Your exercise, it's not going to solve all that, but it can make it a heck of a lot easier, and it can make it a lot better to transition into positive habits. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what's working for me right now. You can take that, you can leave that, but it's the really easy things to do. All of those steps, they're incredibly easy. And getting those small wins, again, back to the milestone mindset, getting those small wins each day has been hugely beneficial for me because it makes me want to keep getting those small wins. It makes me want to keep doing positive things as opposed to negative things. And it's left me better off for it. So I hope you enjoyed that. We got new videos every Monday and Thursday. If you are looking to build a lifestyle business that lets you quit your job, travel the world, work from home, and spend more time doing the stuff you love to do, well, I've been helping people do that for the last 11 years. Yes, Location Rebel is 11 years old, which is mind-boggling to me. But if you want to get started, if you want some help, go to locationrebel.com/hi. We've got a free 6-day course all about helping you do that. And if you're not sure what type of business you want to get started with, then check out this playlist right here. I think this is the right side. There's 3 videos. They're all about a couple different ways you can go about it. And after watching it, you'll probably have a better idea of the right way to approach it for you. So with that, I'll see you next time, and I'm gonna go back and reread Shoe Dog because this is actually a book worth reading. Great choice. So hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.